Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video, and welcome to a bit of a different video I do on the channel. Will Pikmin 4 be any good? Now, the reason I'm asking this question and the reason why I'm making this video at all is because, in case you guys didn't know, Pikmin is my favorite video game series of all time, by far. Nothing comes relatively close to it. I mean, sure, I have a bunch of other favorite game series, but nothing comes close to Pikmin, because Pikmin has been in my life for as long as I can remember. Voice crack. Yeah, it's been in my life for as long as I can remember, and I adore the games, all three of them. And so, obviously, I think that Pikmin 4 will be a decent game, because, you know, the past three games have been pretty good. In the series, and I really enjoy the series altogether. Hence why it is my favorite video game series of all time. The reason I'm asking this question is because I've been talking to some friends lately about the game, because they announced Pikmin 4 last year, that it was coming out this year, I think. Either that or 2017. They announced Pikmin 4, and I was so excited when they announced that. And they announced that it was really close to completion as well, which was exciting. But I've been talking to some of them, and most of my friends really aren't interested in Pikmin, because Pikmin is not a popular game series by any means. I mean, sure, people probably know the name, but they've probably never played the game. If I recall correctly, Pikmin 3 only sold about 1 million copies, which is a lot to some people, but it's... I don't know what to call it. I don't want to call it a AAA title, because it didn't get that much. It didn't get as much marketing a AAA title deserves. And not only that, but yeah, there just wasn't much marketing for it. There wasn't, you know, people really hyped for it, except for within the Pikmin community. So I can't really call it a AAA title. But it was. I don't know. I don't know really how to describe it. But, where was I at? Fuck. But yeah. So, yeah, Pikmin 3 sold 1 million copies. Yeah, so it's not that well known. Most of my friends don't care all that much about the game series. But I do have one friend, and I'm not going to mention his name, obviously. But he feels that the first two games were good, but Pikmin 3 was bad. And it's not because of the gameplay, well, partially. It's not because of, how did he put it? There aren't really any flaws with the game, really. I mean, too big of flaws. He just thinks that the game changed too much, that Pikmin 3 changed. Like how the main character wasn't Olimar, or Olimar and Louie, or Olimar and the President, or whatever. Feels that it changed too much. And I can see what he's talking about. He feels that the game should be centered around Olimar, because Olimar was the main character. He feels that the series should be centered around, yeah, Olimar. He also didn't like the fact that... He also didn't like the fact that some of the gameplay mechanics were different, which is why I said partially for gameplay. He didn't like the whole set here thing on the Wii U, on the gamepad, where you take your stylus and you tell your crew or whatever to go to a certain point with the stylus. Felt that was too easy, which it can be if you have explored those areas and you've taken out the enemies. And you know what you're doing. He also felt like he said Pikmin 2 was too easy of a game, and I agree with him on that. But he also said Pikmin 3 was too easy, and there was a sort of a time limit in that game, in the sense that you had to make sure you had enough food to survive. But he said collecting fruit was too easy. The enemies were too easy to defeat. And I guess I can see where he's coming from, because I beat that game, and the hardest enemy was the final boss, which that's how it should be, but I felt like he was the only hard boss in that game. He was the only really hard enemy in that game. And so that's why he's not excited for Pikmin 4. He feels that it's going to be just like Pikmin 3. It's going to change too much or still be way different from what he's used to. He feels that it's going down a bad path, the whole series, which I don't agree with, because Pikmin 3 was good. It was really good. It was it was a really good game. I can't really see anything wrong with it except for what he has pointed out, which I both disagree and agree with. And so I just feel like Pikmin is not heading down that path, this bad, beaten path, or whatever. I feel like Pikmin games from this point on will always be good. And if I feel this way, then why am I asking the question? Well, see, there are a lot of people that, surprisingly, that I've met that don't have a tremendous amount of respect for the Pikmin series. Not because, like, oh, Pikmin's stupid because it's a strategy game. No, it's, I don't know, they're not really satisfied with the gameplay mechanics. It seems too weird. It's like, I mean, especially people who share my friend's opinion. They've played the first 2 games and then they felt the third game was too much of a change. And it's why I want Pikmin 4, and I'm hoping to God that it kind of goes back to what it was all about, I guess, which was Olimar, and getting back to Hakatate, I don't know how you pronounce it, and I don't know. I don't know if it's heading back that way. I have a bad feeling that it's not, and I have a feeling that if it does go down that path, that Pikmin's just going to lose more of its fan base, which it has a pretty small fan base to begin with. So, I don't know. I don't know. I'll say it for the third time. I'm hoping to God that they made the right choices with that game. So if you guys think Pikmin 4 will be any good, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, because that's always interesting to see other people's opinions, especially about my favorite fucking game series. If you think Pikmin 4 will be bad, let me know, because I'm interested in that as well. And is that all I wanted to talk about? I think that's all I wanted to talk about in regards to Pikmin 4. So the question, will Pikmin 4 be any good? My opinion, yes, but maybe not to other people. Maybe not to a lot of other people. And see, you have to really be attached to the series to really hate on Pikmin 4, because if you jumped into Pikmin 3 without playing the previous Pikmin installments, you love the game because it's a really good game. But if you're a die-hard Pikmin fan like I am, you either loved the game or you disliked it. You didn't hate it, obviously, but you disliked it. You either loved it or you disliked it. Either because it changed too much or the gameplay mechanics felt different, which they were. They didn't feel different, they were different. So, I mean, yeah, Pikmin 4 will obviously be another game that if a newcomer goes over and plays it, they will love it because it'll be a good game. There's no doubt there in my mind. It's just, I have a feeling that the series may end up losing more of its fan base if it continues to stray away from what it was about in the first place. So, yeah, but let me know of your opinions down in the comment section below. That's always really interesting to me. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you didn't, tell me why in the comments section. Subscribe to my channel for more gaming content. I play all sorts of games on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you very much, and I'll talk to you later.